Well, it seems as though Ty and his mates can rest now, knowing that Cass is behind bars where he belongs, and the citizens of Burramudgee are forever in their debt. So yes, the day is saved thanks to Sly, Shazza, and Ty the Tasmanian Tiger. And the whole town and the whole countryside of Southern Rivers is at peace. But, even though the day is saved and the game is done, there's still a bunch of extras we still have to view. Hey, paisanos! This is TeamGamer23, and welcome back to Let's Play Ty the Tasmanian Tiger 2 Bush Rescue. So in the last part, we finally went up against Boss Cass, and long story short, we busted him up. I mean, it was basically just a giant. Just an army of nanobots evolving into a giant robots, and we took him down, and then Cass was just basically a lava bender. Since when did that happen? Nobody knows. But whatever. Long story short, we just beat the final boss. We put Boss Cass in his place once again. So yes, the game is 100% complete. There's nothing else for us to do. Except maybe just show you the power of the Doomerang on the high cliff. So yeah, it just takes a nosedive right down there. So yeah, that's basically what would happen if we threw it off the edge of Sly's shack, and it's basically the same here. So yeah, there's no ground underneath. I'm pulling up high underneath. So yeah, honestly, it's actually a shame we never got to use this on any baddies, but it's basically no different from Kaboomerang or the Deadly Rang, considering that they both were explosive rangs. But that's besides the point. We've completed every mission. The call sheet is blank, and we collected every collectible, and we still have 175 pieces of concept art to view. So let's get to that. Alright, so we bid Ty the Tasmanian Tiger 2 farewell. But there's still plenty of extras to view in the main menu. Okay, so let's start off, well, basically, I was about to say start off with the credits, but we've already viewed the credits! Okay, so let's go ahead and start off with the music player. Ty Theme and B. Okay, so this is the theme for Outback Oasis. So yeah, a while back I was saying I had perfect pitch, but apparently I don't really know the terms of what some of the pitches. So I was thinking it was B flat, but this is B major. So okay, so turns out that I've still got a bit to learn in the music. So okay, next one, a bit Latin today. Okay, so this is the Never Never theme. I really love that accompany with the woodwind instruments. Just that, I don't know if it's an oboe or something in the background, but it just gives off that real jungle vibe. Just like the Never Never. Okay, theme park theme. Alright, so this is basically for the Fair Dinkum, where we met Ty's sister and her boyfriends. Sadly, we never saw them again. That's a real shame. Alright, Patchy! Oh yeah, it's just the sheer terror of the cybernetic Ankylosaurus. And considering that we now know where dinosaurs in the current age are found in a Never Never, it's probably not surprising where Boss Cass and his army found Patchy to begin with, and, I don't know, pretty much brainwashed him. Okay, Carmina Goanna. Okay, so however it's pronounced. Okay, so this is the theme for Sulphur Rocks. With the didgeridoo and everything to go with it. Just a chill guitar vibe. Alright, Fluffy. cool action-packed theme for when we took her on in her fortress. And apparently she found a way to regenerate by aqua fluffies. So yeah, just the real necessities of robotics in this game. Just, so yeah, it seems like a lot of characters just took notes from Dr. Eggman or something, just, or more specifically the people at Chrome, but whatever. We of the Nano. Okay, so this is Buster's theme, obviously. I mean, nanobots. Nano, go figure. Okay, so yeah, we fought off that brooding nanobot monster. Okay, deja vu! I've just been to this place before! Sorry, I couldn't resist. Okay, so this is Cass's Run theme, when we had the Shadow Bunny events. Alright, so just the spookiness of the pheromone, just right there. Just mixed in with something you'd probably hear at a Mission Impossible. Just like a really action-packed movie scene. Cass! I think... Why don't you add a few more explanation points? I don't think the entire world heard that. It's just... It kind of reminds me of, like, so yeah, this is basically Boss Cass's final boss theme. We heard this in the last part. Now I'm just picturing, somebody just doing an anime of Ty, and just somebody going, Cass! Just like in, I don't know, maybe a Phoenix Wright pose, just going, objection, but instead of objection, he's just going, Cass! Just me and my geeky mind. Okay, next one. Psy Arena. Pretty disappointing, because Psy, the ripoff of Metal Sonic, and the robotic version of Ty, was teased at the end of the last game as, like, a major threat for the second game, and the only thing he turned out to be was just a minor baddie in a training arena. That is a major upset. I'd like to ask what the people of Chrome were thinking. Was that the original plan, to have Psy as a major threat, but somebody on the development team just scrapped that idea? Well, anyway, so Canopy Capers. Okay, so in Frillneck Forest, where we had to climb a series of trees and bridges to help Bruno out, one of our mates that Ty apparently met between the events of the first game and the second game, because we as the audience never met Bruno before. Okay, so yeah, he was just a scaredy cat, enough said. A Vine Rescue Now Redux. Whatever that is. Oh no! It's Ride of the Valkyries, Aussie style. Yeah, well, the Croc stockpile mission. I remember it now. I can't help but chuckle just the first time you read it. It's that silliness, but just that fun charm. Okay. Fire Rescue. Ooh, yes, with the bushfire missions. So yes, it's really intense and really adrenaline-inducing. So yeah, just like in the event of a real fire, it's jam-packed with a fight-or-flight response in your blood. It really gets the adrenaline blood flowing. It's just everything's on fire. You're just frantically trying to find survivors. So yeah. Okay, Lifter Bunyip Roxers. Oh yeah, Lifter Bunyip theme. Here we go. Love this theme. It's just... It's a shame we only had 2 Lifter Bunyip missions. But this music really brought out the might of the lifter bunyip, both figuratively and literally. So yeah, just that casual guitar riff and just the brute strength and just the dire stakes of lifter bunyip missions. If you don't, it didn't move very fast, but that didn't stop it from being any less awesome. Cargo O-Go-Go. Okay, so this is basically this basically plays in certain helicopter missions. So I do think this played in that one of the missions towards the beginning of the game where we were tasked with delivering a load of dynamite. King Beryl. What does that mean? Wait, King Beryl? Don't you mean Queen Beryl? I mean, Beryl's the southern, Beryl was the Southern Belle kind of, actress, and Squeaver is the male, so. Well, anyway, this one played during the second mission of the Beryl and Squeaver saga, where we clobbered their extras a second time. I was a huge upset to feel that you were fooled twice by the same people, but it's good to know that it's the third time you were actually there were actual threats and not just some more extras. Okay, helicopter field. Ooh, yes. Yeah, this one really does feel like you're floating around on a helicopter. Just that syncopation in the background, like the rotors fluttering, like the helicopter's rotors are just roaring around and round. Yeah, just nothing like it. Okay, Temple of Karnak. Oh god, with the giant stone beetle, don't even remind me. Oh. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, there's a certain trope about that in olden games where you had to run away from a giant hulking beast behind you, but the gimmick of the camera being in the foreground, which meant that you had no idea what you were running into. Or, in this case, grinding into. So, yeah, you didn't know what you were charging into until it was too late, or you had to just... Yeah, I'm not gonna talk about that anymore. Lava Cup of Tea. Okay, so into Mount Boom, when we had the volcanic mission and our introduction to the Thermo Bunyip. Yeah, love that Bunyip. I basically love them all, so. The Battle Bunyip, the Thermo Bunyip, they were all good, in my opinion, just for different reasons. Ghost Guard. Okay, so this is the theme of Gruesome Bottom Manor, the Burramudgee's haunted house, and you had the fake ghost, and we ghost busted. So yeah, friendly ghosts my ass. When we entered, those things were hostile, just trying to attack us. Crimson Ty. Oh, I get it, because it's playing the term Crimson Tide, because these play during the sub-Bunyip missions when you're deep underwater, so... In the aquatic missions. Grab! Okay, so... Oh, the mission where Ty was just reduced to a Grubhub delivery guy, or DoorDash. So yeah. Get a move on! Okay, so this is second theme for time missions. Okay, so yeah, basically just upbeat and frantic, just like, yeah, get a move on it, you gotta get your cargo to its destination ASAP. Ty Electro theme. Ooh. This is actually a goodie. This actually played in the first game when you were dealing with the Blue Tongues in Walk in the Park. When you were helping Shaz out for the first time, when we were introduced to her for the first time. Just keeping the Blue Tongues off her back while she filled up her watering bottle. So yeah, this one's a true classic. Hot enough for you? Ooh, the oil rig theme. Oh yeah. Yeah, just each of these themes, just with urgent emergencies, each one of them has their own unique flair, even though the situation is just as dire. So yeah, this one is a do or die type of feel to it. If you don't put out that fire, everyone you know and love is in danger. Okay, 50-foot squeever. Okay, so the third one for the Beryl and Squeever saga, when it turns out that the Bilbies were real hitmen and trying to assassinate the Beryl and Squeever for real. Okay, enter the Tasmanian Tiger. Oh, the first one. The first one with Beryl and Squeever. If you listen really closely, it's got kind of a crackle in the audio, kind of reminiscent of those old 50s movies that didn't have the cleanest audio, or the 50s music roll. Anyway, Mystic Sausage Roll. This sounds interesting. Oh, Madame Mopoke's theme. What does a sausage have to do with an owl lady? Whatever. Next one. Okay, Bush Rescue HQ. So basically just outside the area where you begin the game at every time you reset. Next. Burramudgee! Yeah, this theme just has a true homey feel to it. I mean, yeah, Burramudgee just basically feels like home away from home. Just with friendly locals and just a friendly atmosphere and just good mates just wishing you a happy day. Okay, Attack on Currawong, Part 1. Okay, so we're taking you all the way back to the very beginning with the attack on Currawong. It was just straight up warfare there. Okay, Attack on Currawong Part 1. So, basically, when things were just starting out, and you're just getting the hang of your controls and everything. Attack on Currawong Part 2. Okay, so yeah, speeds up, starts becoming a bit more frantic. You know things are about to hit the... You know shit's about to hit the fan, so... Okay, Battle Bunyip. Alright, so yeah, the first time we took control of one of these bad boys, we all knew we were in for a treat. Okay, so yeah. I really did love the fact that this game introduced some battle mechs, but also didn't shy away from the platforming. It knew its roots while trying to experiment with something new. So yeah, whether you're a fan of the Bunyips or not, this game still had its primary goal of being a platformer at heart. Please, sir, I want some mortar. Alright, our introduction to the mortar cannons. I said cannon. Okay. Yeah, probably the most epic theme and gimmick in a video game if you're like 9 or 10 years old. But even as an adult, I still enjoy it. Attack on Currawong Part 3. Alright, so everything is at its quickest pace. Everything is just going to hell in a handbasket. Just... Yeah, just... Everything is just pure chaos, just with frills everywhere and cannons. And even our introduction to uber reptiles. Okay. 4B, too far away. Alright, so this is the theme that plays when you're exploring Southern Rivers and when you're just outside the 4B, so... I really love how chill some of these tracks are. It's just... Yeah, just a contrast between dire and urgent themes to just chill, laid-back themes, and even just the silly themes. Gotta admire that. Okay, so that'll do it for the music. Okay. Beautiful. Okay, so now on to the movie player. Okay.
Long ago, a great battle was fought. Boss Cass sought out 5 mystic talismans, so he could banish every warm-blooded creature to the dreaming. But one brave soul stood up to Cass and thwarted his quest for the talismans. He risked all in an effort to save his family and friends. And in the end, he succeeded. Cass was banished for his crimes, and the land was made safe once again. All thanks to one lone hero, Ty the Tasmanian Tiger.
Okay, so that was just a bit... We already saw that video at the very first part, when there was just a recap of the events of the first game. However, for those of you who actually played the first game, know that those clips are out of order. Or, they don't follow through. I mean, when Ty was put up against Cass, it was an entirely different robot, and just trying to make everything sound dramatic with that deep, husky voice, like on his trailers. Yeah, that sounds a bit too hammy. Okay, so... And just the fact that the cutscenes, you can obviously tell that in one cutscene they were trying to have the illusion of Ty about to be stepped on by the giant robot, but that was Ty's father that was... If you played the first game, you would actually remember that. And, well, you get the idea. It's, and, Cass being banished for his crimes, it actually just shows his lair, not being in prison. Just, that's his mountain lair, but, okay, moving on. You get the idea. Alright, gameplay video 1. Driving around in a 4B. Oh boy, I am having the most fun right now. I definitely want to play something as boring and monotonous as this. Even if it does involve shooting frills on the highway, it's still not very eventful. And oh boy, you got sheep. And you're just squealing on the brakes and... Yeah, I definitely want to play the game after that. That was so fun! The funnest I've ever had, just watching a truck just drive along the highway. Okay, this is more like it. Alright. And you actually notice that there's, well, I'll point it out to you in the concept art section. Okay, so... Yeah, just the events of Kurwong, and just Fluffy being able to drop giant mines, and it just completely skipped the cutscene there. And so yeah, it's basically the gameplay of Kurwong, just without the cutscenes. And last but not least, the attract video. Alright, so it just basically shows everything this game has to offer in one single attract video. Bonza! Alright, everything from helicopter missions to mortar cannons and bunny missions and explosions and fires, it's all here! And even dinosaurs and Uber frills and kart racing. Beautiful! Now that is how you attract players to play your game. The other ones are just kind of demos of certain aspects of the game, but... Okay, so that'll do it for all the movies. Now on to the concept art section. Well, hang on a sec, I gotta take care of something first. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. And before we move on to the concept art, I just gotta say I love the attract video, especially that little bit at the end with just the quick snapshot introductions of the characters and just when the music goes da 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 da. It just perfectly syncs up with the characters. I just love that little tidbit in that video. Alright, so we saved the best for last. Concept arts. Right after I listened to that Bonza guitar riff. Awesome. Alright, here we go. Concept art. Okay, so we get a side-by-side comparison of Ty's look from the first and second games. Okay, so obviously the one on the left is him in the first game, and the one on the right is his look in this game. So yeah, it's a serious upgrade. So yeah, his trunks have now gotten a little bit of a metal band around them, and he's gotten pockets, and his gloves have a bit more detail on them. They got the belt loop and buckles. So yeah, just a serious upgrade from the first game. Alright, and there's Shazza's look with the side-by-side comparison from the first and second games too. So yeah, in the first game she wore a red top and blue shorts with hiking boots. And in this version she has a bit more apparel on her. She's even got her hair tied back a little bit longer, and she's got a brown vest with a red t-shirt and blue jeans and even a belt and even a lasso. Wow. So yeah, serious upgrade for the dingo girl. Oh, and there's Julius. Okay, so yeah, it looks really wrong with just the position of where his fingers are and just with it standing up. I know it's supposed to be the index finger, but it looks like, exactly. And there's Ranger Ken, alright. The Tasmanian Devil. There's nothing devilish about him, he's a good mate. And there's Carlos, who is apparently Julius's evil uncle, who worked for Cass. Oh, and even the designs for the blue-tongued lizards and frills for this game. So yeah, if you look closely, their apparel is a bit of an upgrade from the first game. It's even got shiny armor. The frills have shiny new armor and just more detail. I love it. Oh, and Dennis's first and second game comparison. So yeah, he went from a posh aristocrat, rich boy in a robe, to an admiral. So yeah, and the founder of Bush Rescue. Or at least one of the founders. So yeah, that's a real upgrade. So yeah, just a side-by-side comparison based on the first and second games. I like that. Ooh, and there's Sly. Okay, so yeah, first and second game comparison. So yeah. So from the first game where he was sinister and cast as Hitman, to now a loyal Bush Rescue member. Which is definitely a lot more detailed, but he's also a lot more laid back and just done with everything. He just has a look in his eyes, he's just like, whatever, man. Okay, and these are concept arts for Ty, the cybernetic tiger. Okay, so the one on the left seems like a prototype or the first model of this robotic Tasmanian tiger, and it even has magnets for arms. So yeah, we saw that version in Burramudgee, just like, greetings, Ty unit. And the one on the right is the supposed upgrade, or the official design of the robots, which was teased at the end of the first game. If you 100%ed that game, like he was going to be a major threat here, but unfortunately he was downgraded to just a minor enemy in a training simulator. So yeah, I really would have liked to know what the developer's true intentions were with Ty. Maybe he did have more of an antagonistic role to play originally, but they just scrapped the idea altogether. Oh, Sneath and Keith. Alright, so yes, the two good reptiles who work for Bush Rescue. The cook and the mechanic. What a team. Ooh, and the uber lizards. Oh yeah, yeah, look at that beast. And you can see the torn fabric of their clothes. So yeah, this is basically... So yeah, it's a monster version of your classic frill lizards. And you can see the sketch of his jawline. It's perfectly square. Oh, and even more early concept sketches of the uber lizards. Yeah, good stuff. Alright, and there's Carnifex and Princess Orchid, the marsupial lions. So yeah, I guess Carnifex is basically like a forest ranger or a tribesman, and Princess Orchid is, well, basically just what she is, a princess. Yeah, so yeah, apparently Lenny the Lyrebird from the first game lied to us about her being kidnapped, but apparently he didn't lie about her existence. We just never met her until this game, so... So yeah, it was kind of a half-truth that time. Oh, and Patchy! Okay, the cybernetic ankylosaurus. Alright, so yeah, you can get a more detailed look about his armor and even a close-up view of what his face looks like underneath the robot mask. And even a sketch of the turrets on its back. Nice detailing. And there's Elle and Rex, and obviously more beach-like attire in this game. So yeah. Well, not to say that they didn't have beach attire in the last game, but it's obviously different in this one. So yeah. It's buried a platypus and its wife. Okay, enough with the Doofenshmirtz impression. Okay, Goo Steve. Okay, so I guess the one on the left is more his prototype version. I guess he was originally going to be more like a caveman type of thing. And the one on the right is his official design that we saw in the game. So yeah, just the backpack-toting gypsy lizard, I guess. We all know and love. Or it could be part dinosaur. I mean, if you look closely on the left sketch, you can see scales on his back that represent a stegosaurus. So yeah, there's a bit more to Goo Steve than you'd think. But we'll find that out in the next game. Okay, Mudabutasaurus. So yeah, just the playful dinosaurs that like to conk you on the head. Just like to bonk you on the head. I'm still laughing at that sound effect. Okay, so there's apparently Terrence, who I just recently discovered, and there's a little baby dinosaur that we saw in the background. Thankfully, it wasn't like one of those dinosaurs from Jurassic Park that wanted to eat your face off. Alright, and there's Fluffy. So yeah, Cass's henchwoman. So yeah. And just a side view sketch of her. So yeah, nice touch. Basically the same look as in the first game. We only saw her briefly in the first game in her boss fight, but whatever. Oh, and here's a picture of her mech. Her evil Bunyip. And there's Fluffy and Ty there for scale. So yeah. Yeah, it's evil, but it's you gotta admire the organ detail and the green livery. Yeah, just like the reptiles. I like green, honestly. It's one of my favorite colors. Alright, and there's Ty's parents, Bri and Di. So I guess Bri is short for Brian and Di is short for Diane or something. So yeah, they run their rank shop and helped out their son a little bit. Oh, and there's Snappy and Pippa, apparently the aliens. So yeah, apparently the Outback has aliens now. We're screwed. Oh, and there's these, I don't know what they're called. They're part Ceratops. Like, they have that dinosaur type of deal. They don't have the horns on their noses like Triceratops, but they have just kind of like that cranium that has kind of like a crown of... Well, whatever. We saw these goons in the Never Never, so they're obviously part of Cass's army, but they're part dinosaur. Something like that. Okay, so these are the crabmobiles that were driven by certain frills that we saw out in certain areas. So yeah, get a good look at these, because you'll actually find a parallel to this machine in the next game when we get around to it. Oh, the stone beetle of Rhino Karnak. Don't even get me started on this monstrosity. This guy wasn't bad himself. It was just the fact that we had that stupid gaming gimmick of grinding and rushing towards the camera in the foreground, and you had no idea where you were going or what was up ahead. Hate that. That's one gaming gimmick that I hope I never have to see ever again. But sadly, I'm gonna. Alright, there's a denizen of Burramudgee. It's just a middle-aged koala guy. So yeah, with the pocket protector and pen in his pocket. So yeah. The Battle Bunyip. Alright. I even love how they have the Thai flag up there just with the red and this yellow sunshine design on there. So yeah. Our introductions to the battle mechs, and even a rear view of it. Nice touch. Ooh, the cannon turrets. Okay, so yeah, the Bunyip fists, which automatically double as battle mortars. Good stuff. Buster, the nanobot boss. Okay, so yeah, just what he looks like as a whole, his CPU, and basically what the nanobots look like individually. So yeah, just little yellow little monsters with red eyes, just making that unnerving noise. Anyway, ooh, there's Sly's missile Bunyip. All right, so yeah, just get it locked and loaded, and it's ready to shoot at any massive reptiles. Good on ya. And there's a Thermo Extreme Bunyip, which has 2 tanks of coolants. There were certain fire Bunyips during the mission that we didn't... that only had 1 tube of coolants, but that's just a minor detail. And just look at his little teeny tiny arms and little scrawny baby hands. Just a little cute detail. Okay, so yeah, just this beauty can put out fire in no time flat. Okay, and there's the Lifter Bunyip. A short but sweet, lived Bunyip, which is just slow as F, but what it lacked in speed it made up for in brute strength, and had a kick-ass theme to go with it. And there's Ty for scale, so. The Shadow Bunyip and the Shadow Drive. Wicked! Alright. So yeah, eat your heart out, Shadow the Hedgehog. Alright, so yeah. We only got to use this Marvel only once in this game, but we'll be using it a lot more in Ty 3. With a bit more upgrades to it. Alright, Trader Bob. Just your old mate just selling out bunyip keys and all that jazz. Might want to consider getting a new shirt. It's size up. I mean, or just at least lay off the meat pies. Okay, and we got the albino crocs from Bruce's croc farm in the wetlands. And then we have these goons. I don't really know what these were. They were basically like part ninja, part pyro, something like that. But apparently they got kind of a beer gut because their pants are kind of tight, and they had to loosen it up in the. You get the idea. But anyway, yeah, these are cool designs. Oh, and there's Director Fox. And Beetle and Squeever. Ah, that's a cute detail. Beetle has the same bracelet as Shazza. So, if you actually do remember from the first game, there was actually concept art of them hidden in the first game. So apparently they were going to introduce these two in the first game, but they were just scrapped and saved for this one. So yeah, this is obviously Squeever had the iconic voice of Goofy, so that's very understandable. Okay, so we got a worker koala. Okay, so yeah, just these little guys just wandering around, just scratching their butts and minding no one's business. Ooh, the fluffy bots. Oh yeah, there's a sketch of the Fluffy Bot from the first game where he fought as the third boss. Well, more specifically the robotic form. It had fur and looked like a giant yeti during the first phase, and then we burned all his fur off, and it revealed to be a giant robot. And to the center and to the right, we have the Demon Fluffies and the Aqua Fluffies. So yeah, they could have easily just reused the Demon Fluffies for Fluffy's fight in the fortress, but I really do love that they have their own unique livery to them. So yeah. Yeah, these are beaut robots right here. They may be menacing and evil, but you still gotta admire their details. Oh, the Ninja Bilbies. Or Billies. Ninja Billies. 2 out of 3 times there were extras that we hurt, and just a lot of them had to be sent to the hospital afterwards, which was embarrassing. Oh, an Officer Koala. Okay, so yeah, just we saw this guy back in the Attack on Kurawang, and there's Sergeant Bluey, who apparently was left behind when Cass decided to kidnap all of the Burramudgee townfolk for some reason, even though he's warm-blooded. I don't know why. Oh, and this is Shazza's family. The one on the left is Shazza's sister, Naomi. Just her hippie attire. So yeah, you can tell they even have matching wristbands. And on the right is Maureen. That's Shazza and Naomi's mother. So yeah, we actually talked with her a little bit. And, I don't really know who this guy is, whatever. Oh, and there's the koala girl who is crazy about crickets. And Chalker is the echidna, so yeah, just, really. So yeah, she looks like a face you'd want to meet, and yeah, she looks real friendly. Okay, and there's that. Oh, there's that wombat and just that grunting wombat who doesn't say a word. He just grunts and just. Oh, and there's a koala lady who apparently has a twin sister who's a Karen. Or maybe that was her. Who can tell? Oh, and there's one of the volcanologist koalas from inside Mount Boom. And a cannon rabbit. Okay, so these little cretins just... These things really rubbed me the wrong way, especially during Cass's run where I was charging up a butte laser and they just... It just ruined it. Just by shooting the little... Anyway. Alright, so there's Bruce and his son Clarence, who happens to be Dennis's nephew, apparently. And, I don't know what that is. Is that a jar of tadpoles right by them? Whatever. Okay, and there's Bruno, the black sheep, who's afraid of heights. Okay, so we don't know much about him. It just, we didn't really know much about him to begin with. He just was a character who appeared and, between the events of Ty 1 and Ty 2, but whatever. Alright, so here's a couple more, don't really know what these are. I think they're dingoes. But, one on the left is somebody who we saw in West Burramudgee, and the one on the right is Red, who apparently was associated with the Lifter Bunyip missions. We helped him get the crates back on his massive road train truck, and we also helped him out before he was pushed over a cliff in his prison truck. Alright, so there's Lenny the Lyrebird with a safari hat in this one. And there's Emu Woman. I think she was a resident of Burramudgee, so. Cannon Netties! So yeah, just taking after their cousin, I guess, from the first game. This is basically the closest we get to a Nettie reference in this one. You know, with the cannon, no doubt. Booney! With the little sunscreen on his nose. That's cute. So yeah, he really misses his mother. So yeah, just gotta give this guy a little bit of slack. Okay, and there's the ghosts from from the Haunted Mansion. Just and the look they have on the sketch on the right. Jeez. So yeah, Clarence says that these ghosts are friendly. As long as there's no fake ghost in their midst. No, and I guess that's a female version of a ghost. So yeah, they've got the sirs, and here's the madams of the afterlife. And there's that guy in the crocodile outfits, who apparently was a mascot of Fair Dinkum. Cute detail. Okay, and the ninja geckos, or ninja frogs, I guess. Oh, the spies!
Spy!
Alright, and there's Duke, the Kiwi helicopter pilot, which is really concerning considering that he has no hands! Yeah, the Kiwi bird has hardly any grasp or momentum. How can he pilot a helicopter? Just don't question things that you're not prepared for the answer. And there's the foreman, or the chief of it's the foreman of all koala workers. So yeah. And there's a couple of other denizens of Burramudgee. So yeah, there's the geriatric Tasmanian Tiger and the ginger beard guy, apparently. Oh, and there's the attack frogs, or apparently I looked it up. Apparently they're cane toads. So yeah, they're not frogs at all. They're toads. Oh, and there's Sheila. So apparently she had a new look ready for this game, but unfortunately she was scrapped in this one, so that's a real shame. I really would have wanted her to have interactions with Ty, just reminisce about the couple of times that she endangered her koala kids. And it was kind of a shock to, I truly did think that, she was, Booney's mother, and because she wasn't in this game, and Booney was just sat in a graveyard, sad about his late mother, and I was just like, oh my god, Sheila's dead? But that's not the case. That's not the case. She was just scrapping this game. But yeah, still though, for a little kid, that's a real downer. Oh, and the mysterious Madame Mopoke, the Owl Lady. Yeah, not to be confused with Eda Clawthorn. And then there's the uber blue tongue reptiles with the sick mohawks. There's a couple more denizens. Okay, so yeah, there's a nurse squirrel, I guess we saw in Burramudgee, and there's Colleen. So, okay, so I'm assuming that this is the nurse that worked on delivering Colleen's baby. So, who knows? Maybe Colleen named her baby Ty after her hero. All right, and there's Duncan and Betty, the workers for Fair Dinkum. Okay, so apparently Ty had a sister all along as well, and she has a hippie boyfriend, and she's kind of a hippie herself. I mean, she has bell-bottom pants, so it's really, and talking about making love, not war. It's easier said than done. All right, so we got Uber versions of either the ninja frogs, I think, or the ninja geckos. Whatever. They're uber reptiles of some kind. The ones that breathe ice or blue fire. Okay, and we got these mega-sized mecha cats, I guess. Okay, and there's the lizard that posed as a fake ghost for Burramudgee. So yeah. So right through his disguise with the Infraring. Okay, one of the drop ships and Fluffy's Battle Bunyip and Fluffy and Ty there for scale if you look really closely. Okay, Armstrong. Okay, so this is Cass's personal nanobot boss. I gotta say that the design on him looks super sweet. That just with the super lanky stature and just the wings on his arms and just his head just with a cyclops. And just, man, that looks cool. Okay, so there's Cass's hover car and just the individual nanobots for the final battle. I honestly love this design on those nanobots. It just the spikes protruding from them for the back. Alright, the main villain himself, Boss Cass, and his symbol of authority in Cassopolis. Alright, the helicopter, Duke's helicopter, even though we don't know how he actually piloted it. Alright, the 4B. Okay, so the truck that got us around Southern Rivers. Okay, and a Frill's motorbike. And one of the police cars. I think we saw this back in Burramudgee. And the police truck. Okay, so this was the thing that Red was trapped in and was being threatened to be pushed over the edge of the cliff. And he would have been dead by now if Ty hadn't acted quickly and with the lifter bunyip. Or mortally injured. Whichever. Alright, and Ty and his go-kart. Okay, so yeah, just this game introduced the Mario Karts or Crash Team Racing mechanic. Okay, so yeah, he's all primed and ready to go with his goggles and everything. And if you actually look closely, his shorts are kind of have a bit of a different design. They usually have sunshine flowers. Now we've got kind of lightning streaks. Good job! Okay, and there's the wing ship that we used for getting us to the final level of the game. And there's the 4B and Ty for scale if you look really closely. Okay, and there's the red tractor trailer who hauled like 5 flatbed trailers right behind him. It's just like, good lord. the sub-bunyip, which was only used in a couple of missions. Really underused. Fire truck with a mirrored fire on it. Fireword on it, right above the windshield. And I think those are just hovercrafts. I think we had to deal with these in Fluffy's Fortress. They would just basically just shoot lasers at you. Highlighted by frills, obviously. Alright, and we got the boomerangs themselves. Okay, side-by-side comparison. So there we have the multi-ring and the classic iron bark boomerang. Okay, so yeah, no bells, no whistles, just a classic boomerang, just to toss at your foes. And obviously the multi-ring was just that, only multiple rings at the same time. Okay, and there's Sly's deadly ring. Skull and crossbones. Or skull and bones. The Doomerang! Alright, so sadly we didn't get to use this on any foes, but there's a little bit of an Easter egg I want to show you. That's done. The Smasherang and the Kaboomerang! Alright, so both are four-pronged and armed and dangerous. Alright, so yeah, one smashes metal crates, the other obliterates them and any frills nearby with a massive explosion made from Explodarium.
Kaboom!
Okay, and there's the Zappy-rang and the Thunder-rang, which, you know, it just occurred to me, these are probably the least required boomerangs of all. I mean, the only time I ever recall, like, having to use the Zappy-rang is just for one generator in the whole game just to get one collectible. I mean, it was mandatory to get to the final areas in the first game, but that's pretty much it. Really. Underused. Okay, the Mega-rang and the Omega-rang. Okay, so yeah, just toss one of these bad boys and they'll knock every foe and crates within the vicinity in turn. Okay, so yeah, just the beauty of just homing in on your targets. And I really do love that they added flashing lights to each of them. It's just a cool detail. Okay, and there's the Infrarang and the X-rang. Okay, so with the Infrarang, just basically just searches for invisible objects. But with the X-rang, you could just look at you could see invisible objects in third-person view. So if you had the Infrarang, you always had to scan in first person, but with the X-rang, you didn't need to do that. Okay, the Flammerang and the Lavarang. Red Hot Buttes. Really love the charred details on the Lavarang. Really gives the impression that it is hotter than hot. With the Flammerang just having that cool charred design on it. Okay, the Frosty Rang and the Freezer Rang. Okay, so yeah, Frosty Rang was chill, but the Freezer Rang just is cooler than cool. Yeah, I'd like to think that it was injected with liquid nitrogen or something like that. Well, it kind of seems that way. The Lasherang and the Mighty Warparang. Alright, so yeah, just these are boomerangs that were introduced in this game. So yeah, these really helped us out with just swinging from ring to ring and just getting us with the warp crystals. Those were nice touches. Alright, so now we get on with the backgrounds, it looks like. Okay, so yeah, basically inside a volcano. Dark tunnel. Kind of in between a cliff face and into a mine shaft, it looks like, or something like that. And just wide open countryside, it looks like. Alright, and there's concept art, just painting of Fluffy's Fortress, it looks like. Just metal protrusions from the water. And it looks like this is some sort of energy siphoning lab, like they just sucked up lava or something, or just use it for energy, something like that. I don't know. Okay, and it looks like this is gonna be the beta version of like the hole that led to Cass's lair, but for the final battle, whatever. And it looks like there's a viaduct bridge that I think this is Kurrawong or something, or maybe some other place in the countryside, maybe Burramudgee, something like that. Okay, and a map of the entirety of Southern Rivers, and basically pinpointing your missions and everything like that. Yeah, beautiful stuff. Really do wish that they added the whole rivers in their entirety on the in-game map. Okay, so here's the racetracks. Okay, so got one racetrack, and then we got another. I think that's Parabeard Cove, and this is Hardy Beach Races. That's also one of my favorites, Hardy Beach Races. Okay, Outback Dash. The Turbo Track. Okay, so yeah, basically just an oval over and over again with 6 laps instead of 3. Okay, Decimated Bridge. And Burst Pipes in the oil rig. And, I guess, Broken Catwalk, or a bridge of some kind. And there's the Watchtower from Bush Rescue HQ. And there's Sneath and Keith's trailer, or Sneath's trailer, just where he does the cooking. And this looks like the main garage of the HQ, just with the garage and the hangar, and just separate compartments and buildings where workers go, and it's even the traditional Tasmanian Tiger 2 flag. Yeah, honestly gotta love that symbol. Okay, so there's more concept of just the interior and exterior of the main Bush Rescue building, so. Okay, so yeah, beautiful concept here. Really just wondered what was going on through the minds of the creators during the process. Okay, and there's the Bush Rescue Observatory. We sadly never got to see the inside of that, but I like to think that maybe, just maybe, they had something planned with a mission inside there. Just like viewing for alien ships or something. It would have made the connection between Snappy and Pippa all the more interesting. Okay, and if you look closely, that says Psi 1024. So apparently, this looks like a concept art of the interior of the lab in which Ty the Cybernetic Tiger originated from. So, yeah, that seemed like a huge wasted potential there. That I really would have loved to see where they would have gone with the Psi arc, but it was just a scrapped idea, so. Oh well, such is life. Alright, so what do we got here? Just a hallway and a factory or something? Alright, and oh, I think this is the interior of the observatory. Yeah. Yeah, if you look closely at the top, you can see the telescope. So yeah, this is the interior of the observatory, which we never got to see. Okay, and there's a homey little building in Burramudgee. And the underpass, which housed the entrance to the sewers. Ooh, love this design here. This beautiful house right there. Okay, and there's a facility with what looks like a giant water wheel of some kind, or a massive cog, something like that. Alright, and there's Gruesome Bottom Manor, in all of its spooky glory. Well, honestly, from this perspective, it just looks like a haunted house with the lights on inside. Just an abandoned house with the lights on inside. It doesn't look haunted at all. Just a bit dour. Okay, and here's some sketches of what looks like the Rang shops and the places around Burramudgee of some kind. Okay, and there's more concept sketches of of certain buildings and more concept art of certain buildings. Yeah, so yeah, it really went full in with some of these concepts and art designs. Yeah, just multi-story houses, even though some of them kind of seem impractical. I mean, I don't really think that a single tier would fly. That top section on that house would probably be pretty precarious without proper support. But that's game logic for you. Okay, what looks like an airlock of some kind. Okay, these are roadside attractions that we saw on Southern Rivers. There's a giant prawn and the giant pineapple. Alright, and here's the buzzsaws that we saw during the training courses and the laser turrets that the Frills manned and shot lasers at us. Okay, and there's the crates. So obviously they didn't want to make it seem like they were ripping off Crash Bandicoots or Mario Kart, so they had to create unique designs for the question blocks during the kart races, and unique designs for the exploding crates that didn't say TNT or Nitro. So don't want to get sued by Naughty Dog. Okay, and there's the opal bag and the warp crystal. So yeah, honestly, an easier method of grinding up opals or farming up opals. If you remember back in Cass's run, there was that 10,000 opal bag, and there was also a 3,000 opal bag. So if you wanted the really expensive goodies like the Doomerang and the Platinum Paw, you're probably much better off just doing that mission again and again to grind up on opals and fast. But I just wanted to do it in a non-conventional way because I was planning to just end the game right then and there after the final battle. Because outside of some extras, there really is nothing. There's no bonus involved. Oh boy. All this talking is really not doing my throat any favors. Okay, so there's a spiked log trap from the basements of the Temple of Karnak. Okay, and there's a house on fire, and it looks like the gates to the Kurawong prison grounds. Alright, and there's one of those mighty huge mining dump trucks with Ty in there for scale. So yeah. And there's just the sign for the albino croc farm and the Fair Dinkum crocodile animatronics. I hate to spend 5 nights with those things. Okay, and here's one of the huts from Fair Dinkum with the crocodile sign above. And looks like the beach house and crab trap or it's kind of a cage where they keep one of the buttons in, so not really sure about that. Alright, and here's one of the boats that we saw in the dockyard where we fought Buster, and he basically just busted all of them up, so whoever is the owner of all these boats is sure not going to be happy when he comes home and sees them all in ruin. Okay, and here's more concept sketches just from it's kind of hard to make out. I think there are ramps or stairways. So yeah, and a crocodile head on top. The numbers are kind of blocking the view, but I think this was concept art of Fair Dinkum or just kind of like swamp territory. Okay, and rusted and just kind of like a rotted, dead tree and just destroyed brick and concrete walls. So yeah, there was a war going on there. Okay, and that's a harvest machine, I guess, or just whatever that thing is, and Ty there for scale. And wow, that's a beastly piranha if I ever did see one. Alright, and there's another concept of the rank shop, it looks like. So yeah, good stuff. Alright, beautiful trees, and even dead trees. So yeah, just really would have loved to see just a tree like that in this game. Just the sheer beauty of it amidst all the action. Ooh, and a gazebo. Beautiful. And water spigots. Okay. Whatever. Okay, and it looks like there's a water storage tank with barricades and concrete dividers. So yeah, just even concepts of the smallest little details just bring out this game, you know what I mean? And, okay, so this looks like Sly's shack, who is just mounted atop of a massive tree. So yeah, just, Sly's a real recluse in this one, but I guess considering the fact that he used to be Cass's henchman, it makes perfect sense why he would kind of isolate himself from society. And that just looks like a regular gate down there. Okay, and there's a harvester machine, and we never really saw any harvesters or anything like that in this game, but whatever. These were early concept pieces, and I really do want to... I really wish that I could just speak with just these creators and just tell me what they originally had planned for all of this, and just... Wow, this looks really, really exquisite, and I don't know what this is, but sure looks like a seance circle type of deal, like there was a ritual going on here. Okay, and these are the oxygen pipes for the underwater mission that we did to save the scientists from suffocating. Okay, and here's that colored gate over there is obviously one of the temple entrances, or what was originally going to be one of the temple entrances, and then there's mangled, jagged. I can't really say what they are. Just concept sketches. Some of them work, some of them don't. But just the very ideas that were running through the game developers' heads during the time. Okay, and this is the rank shop. Most likely it was Ty's parents' rank shop. It looks like it's. I mean, they have the design for the Doomerang, but I don't think that they've got. They don't have that in stock. So, all right, and concept of Madame Mopoke's mysterious trailer. It ain't no manor, lady. It's a stinking trailer. Okay, and this is Sly's workshop. Okay, so yeah, sketching up ideas for new boomerangs. But they ain't cheap. You're gonna have to fork over some major dough for them. Okay, and this looks like Chalker's Racing Garage. And I guess these are prison cells from within Kurwong Prison. Alright, and there's just rows and rows of the characters of all throughout this game. Just both big and small, just short and stout, just tall and lanky, all shapes and sizes. It's just a spreadsheet of every character during Ty the Tasmanian Tiger 2 Bush Rescue, and I'm pleased to see all of them. Alright, and there's our mates for Bush Rescue. Okay, so Ranger Ken, Dennis, Julius, Ty, and Shazza. Alright, the BR team. Alright, and the symbol of Ty, Super Happy Yellow Fun Dog. I'm assuming that's the Japanese name for this. Also, if you look closely, those boomerangs, they were teased in the concept art for the first game, but they were never used. I like to think that they were probably just prototype models of certain boomerangs, and they were just changed to smasherangs, because if you look closely at the wings of the boomerangs, you can tell that they kind of have this kind of like rigid stone cutter type of gritty stone type of material. I think that's they redesigned them to be smasherangs. Alright, oh, that is a good shot. You can actually see that on the soundtrack CD cover. So yeah, just Dennis, Shazza, and Sly going into action. Obviously, Dennis is fearing for his life, but Ty and Shazza are ready and raring to get into the action. Okay, and there's Sly's boomerang hut. All the way on top of a dead tree. Alright. Yeah, I love the shading in this one. Beautiful. Alright, it's beautiful artwork. Yeah, like I mentioned, it's really a shame that we never saw those types of boomerangs for real, though. But they were just prototypes. But still, though, it's just a beautiful painted version of Ty's signature pose for Ty 2, and in this game, full of action, and wit and humor, and it just had everything. It's just, we truly did have a ripper of a time in the Outback once again. Oh, but the adventure doesn't stop here. It's the shadow creatures that we saw at the end of the 100% ending. So yeah, this is a precursor for the enemies that we'll see in Ty 3. And apparently there's an albino Tasmanian tiger who has a boomerang of her own. So yeah. Yeah, just giving off Amazon warrior type of vibes with this one. So yeah, she's really packing this one. And there's another Tasmanian tiger who has a true gritty attire. So yeah, we don't know who he is until Ty 3. Oh, and Fluffy's attire for the third game too. So yeah, she'll be in a jumpsuit with more purple in the next game. And that's Ty's look for Ty 3. So yeah. So yeah, it'll do it for the concept art for Ty 2. Man, that was a long one. Woo! Not so easy on the voice box. Ugh. Okay, so I was going to introduce the kart racing mechanic too. I'm not going to do it in this part. We basically already went overboard with just the concept art alone, but if you ever have somebody to play with, you can go head-to-head in the multiplayer mode and do the racetracks. You can choose between a freaking handful of characters. Okay, so you've got Ty, you've got Jono, Blue, Ken, Pippa, Rex, Steve, the Frill Lizards, Psy, Fluffy. Alright, so yeah, even she wants to partake in the racing. Boss Cass, Dennis. Alright, so yeah, he's ready to race. And there's Shazza, Sly, Carnifax. Okay, so yeah, he's taking a break from being a park ranger. And Terrence, apparently, so yeah, you can choose your player and go head-to-head and Butte kart racing, but I'll probably save that for... maybe save that if I can probably convince Spiral105 to try out this feature, even though he hasn't really played the games yet. But just to have somebody to go head-to-head, even if the kart racing mechanics are nowhere near as polished as something like Mario Kart or Crash Team Racing, it just really would be at least a little bit of fun. But other than that, we got the options, we got the sound, music, sound effects. Okay, so the options, so you can actually turn the screen to a widescreen or just a squished version of it. It's not really widescreen. I mean, you could tell on the resolution on this Let's Play because it's 1280 by 720, but on a 480 360 screen, it just really looks like things are just squished even more, but you get the idea. Okay, and there's controls, configurations. So yeah, if you want different configurations of certain aspects, you can change that here. Same with the carts. Just stick with Type A and normal feature, blah blah blah. And Steve and Keith did tell us about the camera options. So yeah, auto center, jump with Ty, so camera move speed. We didn't really need to mess much with the camera, but okay. Well, that took a lot longer than I was expecting, but that's pretty much everything in the extras. I honestly wish that there was like a bonus world like in the last game, but considering that we got all the concept art pieces, there really wasn't any points to adding that. That'll do it. We've 100% of the game and we viewed all the extras, so yeah, this we can consider Ty the Tasmanian Tiger 2 Dunzo. At least, there may be another part involving me and Spire 105 going head-to-head in kart racing, but, well, that's yet to be decided. But that'll do it for this Bonza installment in the Ty franchise. Here's looking forward to Ty 3. So thank you guys very much for watching this Let's Play with me. Please subscribe, and if you will leave a comment and or like, that would be most appreciated. Until next time, this is ToonGamer23, signing out. Yeah. Everything I love about this game, just even the minor details like the soundtrack, the voice acting, the writing, just there's just so much that goes on, as you can tell by the concept art and everything, just with the Attract videos. You can tell that Chrome really puts their heart and soul into this series, and I truly do hope that if there ever is a Ty the Tasmanian Tiger 5, I will be eagerly awaiting that. But until next time, we'll bid our Aussie mates adieu. Okay, I know I'm stretching this part out way over the limit here, but there is an Easter egg that I pointed out that I wanted to show you right at the very beginning of the game in Kurlong. So, yeah, you start out with just your basic Iron Bark boomerangs, but if you use a cheat code, you can unlock all of the level 2 boomerangs. There's also cheat codes for receiving 100,000 opals, getting all the bunyip keys, and the level 1 boomerangs, but let's go for the one that involves the level 2 ones, so I can show you that little Easter egg. Okay, so the code is start, Y, start, Y, B, X, B, Y. Alright, so there we go. And now, check it out! You got your whole boomerang arsenal right at the very beginning of the game. Alright. So, you want to aim this boomerang just right into the pit. If you just do it any other way, it'll just hit the wall and explode. Alright, so there is a sweet spot right at the corner where the road meets the dirt, so let me see if I can hit it just right. Okay, so I swear it was... I hit it once before, so... Okay... Alright, there you go. So you saw, it was a very split-second thing, but, let me show you it again. It involves the models of Sly and Shazza right over there. So, yeah, there's a reason they didn't want Ty to go over there. Okay. Ah! Okay, well, we got it that one time, but let me see if I can get it again. There we go. Yeah. Very split seconds, but you can see that there's a T-pose model of Sly and Shazza over there. So yeah, there's a legit reason they don't want you there.
Ty, mate, what are you doing?
Alright, so that was it. That was just a fun Easter egg. And I guess might as well just get some use out of the Doomerang. Okay, so yeah, it's a KO for the frills. Let's see if we can attack further on. Okay, so yeah. Yeah, nowhere near as cool as the one in Taiwan, where you can actually control its altitude. Like, you can control it up and down. Like, this one needs a heavy level of ground in order to have it. Well, anyway, that's a taste of the power of the Doomerang. So yeah, you don't even have to go very far. You just let the Doomerang control everything, and if it gets caught in the crossfire, well, you won't be a part of it. Oh,